The Caribbean islands are a popular tourist destination for many people from all over the world, but only 3 of its territories have Spanish as their official language: Cuba, the Dominican Republic, and Puerto Rico. However, you might be surprised to know that on certain islands, a significant part of the population speaks Spanish and uses it in daily life, even though the language does not have official status. Stay tuned to discover 8 places in the Caribbean where you might not expect people to speak to you in Spanish, but it's very likely to happen. Number 1, Bonaire. The island of Bonaire is an integral part of the Kingdom of the Netherlands and is a member of the overseas countries and territories of the European Union. This island is part of the Lesser Antilles and is located in the northern section of South America. Although the official language is Dutch, the most widely spoken language on the island is Papiamento, which is a Creole language mainly based on Portuguese. It is heavily influenced by Spanish and Dutch and is spoken by 75% of the population. However, Spanish is spoken by a good part of its inhabitants. According to a study conducted by the Central Bureau of Statistics of the Netherlands in 2015, out of the 19,000 inhabitants on the island at that time, 64% were native speakers. Obviously, 15% were native Dutch speakers, and 15% had Spanish as their mother tongue, not counting those who speak it as a second language. Because of this, it's very likely that you'll hear Spanish in the cities of Bonaire. Number 2, St. Martin. The island of St. Martin is located in the northeastern sector of the Caribbean, about 240 kilometers east of Puerto Rico, and is administratively divided into 2 parts. The northern part belongs to the government of France and the southern part to the Kingdom of the Netherlands. Interestingly, this border is the only European Union border located outside of Europe. Throughout the island, the most widely spoken language is English, and on the northern side there is a strong presence of French. However, Spanish is spoken as a native language by around 4,500 inhabitants of the island, which makes up at least 13% of the population. In the Dutch sector, this makes Spanish the second most spoken native language, even though it is not an official language, surpassing even Dutch itself. Number 3, Turks and Caicos Islands. This archipelago is a British overseas territory belonging to the United Kingdom. These Paradise Islands are located in the North Atlantic Ocean, southeast of the Bahamas, and north of Hispaniola. Even though the official language is English, and due to its close proximity to Haiti, Cuba, and the Dominican Republic, there has been a strong migration of Spanish-speaking and Haitian Creole-speaking communities, with the Spanish-speaking population increasing the most in recent years, making Spanish far from unknown among its inhabitants. Number 4, Cayman Islands. The Cayman Islands are also considered a British overseas territory and are located northwest of Jamaica. The official language is naturally English, and multiple dialects of it are spoken by its inhabitants. But it is worth noting that a large part of the population speaks Spanish as a second language, and it is even estimated that between 10 and 12% of its inhabitants have Spanish as their native language. That's why you won't feel so far from home if you want to visit this archipelago. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell to get notified about new videos. Number 5. Aruba. If you're thinking about a classic Caribbean beach vacation, you should consider Aruba. This island is located in the central southern part of the Caribbean, just 25 kilometers from Venezuela. And although the official languages are Papiamento and Dutch, English and Spanish are widely spoken and are used as languages of instruction in schools starting from the 4th year. Spanish is spoken in Aruba by around 44% of its population. And a pilot census organized by the Central Bureau of Statistics of the Netherlands in 2019 revealed that Spanish is the second most spoken language in households in Aruba, after Papiamento and above English and even Dutch itself. Number 6. Curacao. Once again, a constituent country of the Kingdom of the Netherlands makes this list. Curacao is located in the so-called Lesser Antilles in the southern Caribbean Sea, near Aruba and Bonaire, which make up the so-called ABC of the Dutch Caribbean. On this island, Dutch, Papiamento, and English are the official languages. But you should know that Spanish is spoken fluently by the majority of its inhabitants, and it is estimated that about 4% of the total population speaks it as their mother tongue. This is because in the 18th century, this language became the main language for economic interaction with the Spanish territories of Venezuela and Colombia, and since then, it has remained. Number 7. Antigua and Barbuda. This group of islands, which is part of the Lesser Antilles, is located in the eastern part of the Caribbean Sea. This territory was colonized by the British in the 17th century and gained its independence in 1981. Its official language is English, and the most widely spoken language by its population is a Creole language based on English, called Antiguan English. Although the accent spoken on the island of Antigua is slightly different from the one spoken in Barbuda. Apart from these two languages, the most widely spoken foreign language on these islands is Spanish. It is estimated that almost 10% of the total population speaks Spanish as their first language, which corresponds to nearly 10,000 inhabitants, and is made up mainly of immigrants from the Dominican Republic and Cuba. The presence of Spanish is becoming more and more noticeable, as shown by the many signs written in this language in urban areas and the growing number of Spanish-speaking churches. In response to the increasing number of Spanish speakers, the government has implemented some public services in Spanish. In 2001, the Ministry of Education implemented a Spanish language program in public schools that have a high percentage of Hispanic students. Number 8. Trinidad and Tobago. In this country that rounds out our list, you can hear Spanish even in rural areas. Trinidad and Tobago is located 130 kilometers south of the island of Grenada and 11 kilometers from the northeastern coast of Venezuela. In a report published by the Cervantes Institute in 2019, it reveals that about 4,000 people have Spanish as their native language on these islands. Another 66,000 speak it competently. This means that about 5% of the total population of this country speaks Spanish. This number is increasing due to the growing immigration of Venezuelans driven by the current crisis in their country. And that's all for today. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to this channel. I invite you to also turn on the notification bell so you'll know when there's a new video. See you soon.